Okay, you're gonna work this time, right? You're gonna work? You're gonna... Yes! I fixed it! The audio! The microphone audio, it's picking up! We've done it! We've done it! Okay, so... That was just me bumping the microphone. My microphone cable's very finicky. That'll happen from time to time. But we fixed it! We fixed it! I fixed the microphone. So the issue was the output settings. When I'd redone my output settings for recording earlier today, so I could separate the microphone from the application audio, I did it wrong and I ended up fucking things up. But we're fine, we're okay, and we're live, and now I can re-ping. Now I can ping things again. Live for real this time. Let me ping my spiral. Let me ping my spiral. That's serotonin pings. We fixed the issues. Come play the game. Oh my gods. Oh my gods, I'm so happy about the fact that we were able to fix them. When we do get into the game, I'll shut off my air conditioner, but for now I'm gonna keep it on. Oh my lord. Oh my lord, that was a scare. We're live for real this time. It's okay, we're fine. Now we just get to do the whole starting stream thing again. The whole going places, putting it on Tumblr and Blue Sky, pinging all the Discords. It's fine. This is what we're here for. Okay, Blue Sky, Blue Sky, Blue Sky. Hello, Blue Sky. Live for real this time. We've done it. We fixed the issues, and I swear to God, if you say there's any more issues, I'm gonna fucking crash out. But we should be okay. We should be fine. We should be more than good. We should be all right. So this time, I just took a sip of my water. I'm not sure if that picked up. This time we should be good, so I'm shutting off my air conditioner, giving that a second to quiet down. And then we can get into the stream. I think I'm gonna re-message a few. And I swear if there are more tech issues that pop up, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna crash out if it happens. So there better not be any more. And we should be more than good. We should be more than good and ready to start the game. I think we've delayed long enough. We've given ample time for people to trickle in, so let's press start. And one more time, I'm gonna turn the audio up on my device to make sure my microphone's coming through. It is. Good. We should be fine then. Everything should be fine and done and dusted and done for and good. So, hello my rats and rodents, I'm Serotonin, also known as Corky, and welcome to the life we've chosen. I am aware that this is not by Rachel Draws This is by Cryoslight, even though the last few games that we played on stream have been by Rachel Draws This. I just felt like we could use something different for today, something a little longer. This says it's about an hour long, so we should be good. Spooky Scary Skele Doggos. Spooky Scary Skele Dog was the original title of the stream, but I've changed it to Spooky Scary Skele Deer because I saw the creature and it looks more deer-like than dog-like. So, with the audio finally working after that clusterfuck, we can get into the stream of the life we've chosen. Also, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We're closing in on 500, and after 500, we just need to breach the watch time barrier to get monetized. No doggo-like creature, Sag. It's a bit sad, yeah, but hey, this is the life we've chosen. Warning, this game contains mature themes such as mental illness, mainly depression, and unhealthy relationships. Who doesn't? I wasn't going to come here today. I'm going to have to work all day tomorrow to make up for my distracted mind. I was going to work inside until nightfall. I decided to only do a few hours in the afternoon. It should have been easy enough, but in the end, I couldn't even handle that much. It's just one of those days. It's always one of those days. Just as my thoughts begin to wander, the demon appears. They always seem to manifest themselves out of thin air when I'm not looking. I never learn. Their large form is hunched over and wrapped up in a tattered cloak, just like on the day I first became aware of their presence. Though the seasons have changed, the demon has not moved from this spot. They never initiate conversation with me. Instead, it's as if they offer me the choice to leave and pretend we never saw each other at all. I do not leave. Hello again. The only response I get is a sleepy rumble in the back of their throat. Sorry, I took a swig of my water. Sometimes I wonder if my visits annoy them. It doesn't seem like the demon ever has anything else to do. But that doesn't mean I'm not an inconvenience. I remind myself once again that if I was a bother, the demon could simply remain hidden from me. It's not like I can force them to show themselves. These meetings are their choice too. It's been a full year since our first meeting, hasn't it? The lake's been obscured by the heavy fog once again. I kind of missed this haze. There's something comforting about it. The demon doesn't respond. It often takes some time to get them talking, as if they— What do these Discord people need? Maybe it's a sign you should be playing something else. I'm not fucking streaming Slime Rancher. Sorry, just people in the spiral want me to stream Slime Rancher ever since I said I might stream Slime Rancher. It's crazy, I know. The demon doesn't respond. It often takes some time to get them talking, as if they need a moment to wake up. Or perhaps they're simply taking their time deciding whether the conversation is worth having in the first place. Are you cold? After a calculated pause, the demon draws a raspy breath. Their deep voice reverberates somewhere in their chest with untapped potential. But still, the sound that comes out of their beak-like mouth is barely louder than a sigh. The weather does not harm me, human. You would be wise to redirect your concerns. I have an extra blanket I could— Oh my god. I'm going to kill someone. No, I can't do that. I'm live. I have an extra blanket I could bring you.
No.
I knew there was no point in making the offer, but the demon's predictable answer amuses me regardless. The calm I felt after arriving here didn't last long. The plans I've made for tonight invade my mind out of nowhere. I can't stay long today. My friend is coming to pick me up soon.
The one you've spoken of before, I presume?
You remember? Her name's Ella. I don't know if I told you before.
I have no interest in your names.
Right. I probably wouldn't either. It would be tactless for a human to say such a thing, but the demon's bluntness is refreshing in a way. You won't have to memorize many names for my sake. I have very few friends. It's really just Ella and perhaps the demon themselves. It feels presumptuous to think of the demon as my friend, but what I don't say out loud, they won't know. I'm fairly certain they can't read minds. The demon shifts ever so slightly, adjusting their cloak. I still can't help thinking they must be cold.
Your visits to this place have become more frequent lately.
The observation makes my chest feel tight in a familiar way. Have they? A year ago, during the darkest days of fall, I also spent a lot of time down here. I had just moved into the small and cheap house up the slope, alone for the first time in my life. The house was suffocating. I had very few things going on in my life, and yet everything felt like too much to handle. I didn't know what to do with myself, without anyone at home to perform happiness for. The lakeside felt like the only place I could breathe. It's happening again, isn't it? An idle glance at the demon reveals to me they're waiting for me to elaborate. I guess I like it better here.
Better than your dwelling, you say?
Yeah.
Perhaps you should look into finding a more comfortable home.
I can never tell whether they're joking. It's not the building that's the problem. The problem is all the things I need to do there, and all the things I need to think about. It's too much sometimes.
Ah, I see your kind is still obsessed with arbitrary responsibilities.
You're not wrong. But when I'm here, I feel like I can just exist in peace, I suppose. It's nice. A fallen leaf lands silently in the moss growing from the demon's body. I've never once seen them move. Since our first meeting a year ago, they've never failed to show up when I've come looking for them. Are they really here all the time? My curiosity is great, but the topic is a little too close to home for me to address directly. Do you like it here? The demon draws a raspy breath before responding with audible exhaustion in their voice.
It does not matter whether I like it here or not. I am here, and that is what I've chosen.
There's a sense of finality in their words that stuns me for a moment. There are many more questions I'd like to ask, but in that moment I realize I'm late. I'm sorry. I have to go now. I can't make Ella wait.
Do not apologize, human.
I catch Ella just as she's getting out of her car in my driveway. If I'd left just a moment earlier, I would have had time to go back inside and pretend I'd been there all day. But now it's too late. Isn't this just the most perfect time for a motorcycle? Oh, motorcycle engine stopped, so we should be fine. Hey, aren't you cold like that? Where's your jacket? I'm fine. Where's yours? Don't need one in the car, Dumbo. What were you doing in the woods? I was just about to ring your doorbell when I saw you. I make a panicked sound while I try to think of what to say. I forgot to come up with an excuse. I ran into someone. Who? A neighbor? Kind of. Why do I keep getting Discord pings? What do people need from me? Why, I spend all day getting nobody who needs my attention, and now everybody wants me. What the hell? Do you not have streamer mode enabled? I normally do, but like, meh. Bleh, blows raspberry. Kind of. Kind of? Who was it? I hesitate. I hate lying, but I still need more time. When I tell her about the demon, I'll have to do it the right way. I feel terrible for lying to her once again, but I just don't have the courage today. It was just someone from the area. I don't know where they live. Tom's Crying Corner, lol? What do you mean, lol? There's nothing to laugh about here. This is a game about sadness and— oh, you're talking about the Discord pings. No, yeah, I don't know why people want me so bad. I'm not very pleasant to be around. I don't know why they want me. Ella makes that face that tells me a lecture is coming. Don't you remember what Miss Bailey taught us in first grade? Don't talk to strangers, especially not in scary places after dark. We're not children. No, but you live alone. Who's gonna help you if something happens to you? She knows I still don't have an answer to her question. Although she's asked it many times, I shrug in defeat. You're plenty pleasant? Stop lying, Saldus. Stop lying, salt dust. Well, I'm sure you remember I've got a spare room at my place if you ever need it. How could I forget when she reminds me about it every few months? Thanks, but I'm fine. I just worry about you. You know that. Ella bites her lip to appear endearing. Although I know it's a trick, I have to admit it kind of works. After making sure I saw her display, Ella puts on a peppy face, seemingly satisfied with having guilt-tripped me out of arguing back. Anyway, let's go, shall we? We can't have you running out of canned soup again. We get in the car. Sorry about making you do this right after work again. No, I'm kind of glad. It's good for me to see friends now that things are over with Elijah. They are? Ella doesn't even try to hide the bitter disdain in her voice. Didn't I tell you? He doesn't want to make them move into a crappy little town like this. His words, not mine. I hadn't realized it was that serious. I feel slow for not having made the connection on my own. A better friend would have seen the signs. Anyway, it's for the best. If we'd gotten married, we would have been Ella and Elijah forever. Can you imagine? Ella and Elijah. It just sounds wrong, doesn't it? I guess. You, on the other hand, have a super rad last name. Maybe we should get hitched. Were we still in middle school, I would have blushed at a joke like that. I would have kept thinking about it for weeks, trying to decipher whether there might have been some genuine interest hidden in it. Now, however, we're older. But then you'd have to deal with me every day. You don't want that. Hey, don't pretend you know everything about me. It became dark outside while we did our shopping. I should be good for another 2 weeks. As I'm loading my groceries into the trunk, I catch Ella watching me from the corner of my eye. What? Did you know Sally owns the hair salon now? Her boss left and went back to school for a second degree. So it was my neglected hair that caught her attention. Figures. Oh, good for her. I was thinking we could go see her sometime. You haven't seen her in a while, have you? It'd be fun to just show up randomly at her workplace someday. Maybe. I don't know. Wouldn't that be kind of rude? What? No, she'd be happy, I'm sure. I doubt she gets many customers on her own anyway. Her boss was the good one, you know? Don't tell her I said that. Ella looks thoughtful as she locks the car trunk. Do you think Sally doesn't like you or something? No, nothing like that. I just
Thought it would be bad manners for us to show up without warning. You think too much sometimes. You know that? It's really not a big deal. Desperate for a change of topic, I glance at the locked trunk, pretending to have remembered something. Oh, I was gonna get garbage bags. We can go back. No, I'll get them some other time. I have 1 or 2 left. I don't know if I can drive you next week. Will you really be fine? I have a bike. A bike you hate using? I don't hate it. I just haven't had a reason to use it lately, thanks to you. I try to give Ella an appreciative smile, which probably comes across as forced, but she accepts it gracefully anyway. You're welcome. The moment I get home, thoughts about tomorrow invade my mind. I have nothing to distract myself from the dread of having a full workday ahead of me. Normally on an evening like this, I would escape to the lake, but even I would feel embarrassed doing so twice in one day. Perhaps I still have some dignity left. I end up going to bed too early. I practically ran out the door when the email arrived. Something about my performance, low words per hour rating. I'll never be good enough, will I? I really tried my best this week, after that one day when I couldn't handle anything. This was supposed to be an easy side job anyone could do. When I arrived at the lake, I almost want to cry, but I managed to calm myself with a deep breath, one thing at a time. Today everything is still alright, I tell myself. Today I'm not falling apart. I won't think about it today. I address the demon beside me. There's something else on my mind. An idea that began forming a few days ago. An idea that could take a lot of pressure off of me. Can I bring Ella to meet you? Only after I've asked the question do I realize I'm not sure if I even greeted the demon properly today. My obsession with the idea may have overridden my manners. Luckily, the demon isn't concerned about manners anyway. They respond in a sleepy, uninterested tone. It is your life and your choice, human. You do not need my permission. I would still like to have it. This is your home. There's a long pause, longer than usual. When the demon finally speaks, it's with reluctance. I do not presume to know how your friend will react to meeting one of my kind. However, in my experience, these events rarely end well. This path could lead you to much suffering. Perhaps it will, but that's not what I asked. Do I have your permission or not? The demon sighs submissively. You do. Alright then, I'll bring her sometime soon. Thank you for looking out for me. Judging by their surprised reaction, the demon isn't used to being thanked. I should try saying nice things more often. In order for Ella to react well, I'll need a plan of some sort. How do I introduce a demon to someone who's never met one and probably doesn't believe they exist? You haven't told me your name. I have no name. There's a subtle tightness in the demon's voice, just noticeable enough to tell me I shouldn't push the issue. I'm just thinking about how I'm going to introduce you to Ella. A name isn't necessary, but some kind of descriptor would be good to have, I think. You will figure it out. You're useless. The lack of reaction immediately makes me regret what I just said. I'm sorry, that was a joke. Humor is not new to me. It has changed very little since its conception. It was still a bad joke. They don't seem offended. I make a mental note to watch my mouth regardless. This isn't Ella I'm talking to. When did I start making the same jokes as her anyway? I've never even liked that kind of humor. She likes to make friendly jabs, but a jab is still a jab. She wasn't like that when we were young. I close my eyes for a bit. Now that I've told the demon about my plan, I feel both relieved and anxious. I was hoping relief would be the frontmost feeling, but it isn't. A cold breeze from the lake causes a shiver to run down my entire body.
Return to your dwelling. Nights like this are not meant for humans.
I don't want to. This is all going to change next time we meet. This will all be different. I'm a little scared.
What of?
I don't know what Ella's going to think of this. Of you.
Already you're having second thoughts.
No, I'm not. I've made my decision. I'm not going to keep hiding you from her as if you're something shameful.
It is a matter of honesty, then.
Yes, but it's not just that. I lose my nerve before I can articulate the difficult thought in my head. I can feel the demon's watchful eyes on me. Where do they get the patience to always wait for me to sort out my thoughts? It's hard to imagine Ella or anyone else being that interested in what I have to say. Perhaps that's exactly it. I've been thinking, and for a long time it's been like Ella and I don't really see each other. We talk often, but I feel as if she doesn't really hear me. I don't think she really knows me at all. I want her to understand me better. I want her to know what's really going on.
What is going on?
The question hits me hard. It shouldn't have. It was just a question. But I forget to breathe for a moment. What is going on with me?
Drop a save.
I need to confess something to you. I say that, although I'm not sure how to word my confession. The demons sit still as ever, but there is something off about them. Looking in their eyes, I see an emotion I can't quite name, but I can't help thinking it looks a lot like sorrow. Why? I'm sorry, should I not? The demon breathes in, seemingly deeper than usual.
Is this a game with multiple endings? It said it has 3. But even then, I want to see all the options, even if they don't lead into anything. It is not that I don't wish to hear what you have to say. It is the timing that is precarious. There are enough variables in the air as it is. I fear having this conversation now would only complicate things.
It seems they've understood my meaning, although I'm not entirely sure what I was going to say myself. I understand. Another time, then.
Another time.
We fall back into a shared silence. Although we both know there's something in it we're both ignoring. It feels odd. But I trust the demon's judgment better than I trust my own. Although the night is still young, a wave of drowsiness sweeps over me. I could almost fall asleep standing up. The demon's silent presence is an immense source of comfort. It would be so easy to lie down and sleep right here, knowing they'd be watching over me. It's a selfish desire, and although I'm not bold enough to act on it, the thought brings me solace. A gentle nudge on my left shoulder. It wasn't warm or cold. It's as if it wasn't there at all. But I know I felt it. I look up, a little embarrassed, and the demon returns my gaze with the same hard-to-read eyes as always. Their voice, however, is soft.
Hi Snow, welcome.
Return to your dwelling, please. Although I'd prefer to cling to this moment a little longer, I can't deny the appeal of their recommendation. As I gather up willpower to get moving, I realize my joints ache from the cold. The demon's common sense proves to be better than mine once again. I don't know what to say after all. See you soon.
Not gonna lie, I'd hit it.
I slept and dreamt of ominous but strangely comforting scenarios that night, all about failure. Reality couldn't possibly be worse. Once morning came, I was not afraid, having made the decision earlier. The action came easier than I thought it would.
For real though? Yeah, Saldes. For real.
When Ella arrived on my driveway, I simply asked her if she'd like to meet the neighbor I'd mentioned before. I tried to make the invitation as quick and casual as I could so that I wouldn't have time to talk myself out of it. Ella was clearly reluctant, but she agreed. I was hoping I would suddenly gain enough courage to try and explain the situation to Ella, but it didn't happen. I still find myself avoiding her questions, I'm afraid. The only way I can be honest with her is by taking her to see the demon with her own eyes. Ella stays close to me on the path to the lake.
This is getting really creepy. Why can't we meet them at your house?
We're almost there. During this short walk, I must have told Ella not to worry a dozen times already. We begin the descent down the lake. The demon is there, waiting for us as they promised. They must have sensed our approach. I turn to Ella.
Whoa, what is that? Some kind of...
Then it hits her that what she's seeing is not a statue, but a live being. Her face contorts with shock and then horror. I've got to calm her down. I speak up using the most soothing tone I can muster. Come on, let's go talk. She doesn't respond or move. It's as if she's frozen in place. My words don't seem to reach her at all. Without warning, she grabs my hand and suddenly I'm being dragged back up the hill.
Ella, wait, there's nothing to...
I trip on something and nearly fall over, only kept up by Ella's stubborn grip on my hand.
Hurry! Stop, Ella, let go of me.
She doesn't stop until we arrive at our car, panting and frazzled. My shoulder's in pain from getting yanked around so violently. I'm so angry and humiliated I can feel the sting of tears behind my eyes.
Why couldn't you just stop for 2 seconds?
Ella ignores me. For a minute we just lean against the car and catch our breath. Eventually she speaks up with a stern tone.
You can't stay in this house. Come live with me.
This again? Now? You're joking, right?
I'm serious. Let's get you out of that house. Please, you have to get out.
She's overreacting. This is even worse than I thought was possible.
I don't want to lose you.
I'm not going anywhere. I've never seen her so desperate before. Her voice is strained with concern for me.
You don't know that. It's a demon. You don't know what it can do.
The demon would never hurt me. How can she even suggest they would? I trust them. They've been more honest than either of us, actually.
It's a demon! What do you think demons do? They trick and seduce people and all that.
Since when have you even cared about stories like that? You decided to start caring just now? She breathes heavily. I realize I'm doing the same. How did it come to this? We've never fought before, not like this. With every breath I regret this night more and more. I've ruined everything.
It's manipulating you.
I don't think so.
That's really nice, but how can you know? How do you know it's not gonna hurt you?
I guess I don't. I can't bring myself to acknowledge it out loud. For all the deep conversations we've had, I barely know anything about the demon. Suddenly, there are tears in Ella's eyes. Despite everything, it pains me to see her upset. I almost can't stand to look at her. I don't want to lose you. I want to reassure her somehow, but I already know nothing I say will help. She's not going to understand what the demon means to me. I try to blink back the tears, but it's useless. This is all useless. Ella, she's very close. My heart begins pounding again, but the catalyst is not fury this time. We've never even been this close before. Ella's hands reach for my shoulders. When was the last time she touched me? On the school playground when we were 10? This is different. This can't be. No, she wouldn't, would she? There's no way. She's not interested in me. She's never returned my feelings. My feelings? I don't even know what I feel anymore. It's all messed up. I'm so tired of trying to make sense of all this. Maybe if I just let Ella guide me? No. No, go back to the demon, man. Man, go back to the demon, bro. It's the demon, man. It's the demon. Follow the demon, bro. A look of disgust flashes across Ella's face. Why are you like this? What are you afraid of? Nothing. It's a lie, but I know now I can't trust her with the truth. You're gonna be alone forever. So what? Is that so wrong? Maybe I want to be alone. I'm taken aback by my own harsh tone, and so is Ella. But I realize I don't regret it. Her expression changes from confused to defenseless to defensive to angry. I stare at her as if daring her to argue back, but no more words come out of her mouth. The weak part of me wants to apologize. I've clearly wounded her, and that's something I've always been afraid of doing. However, it isn't my problem if my confidence hurts her. It isn't wrong of me to be honest with her, and with myself. She's not going to convince me to second-guess myself tonight. Not ever again. Leave. I don't let her shocked face sway me. She waits an embarrassing amount of time before getting in her car. I bet she wants me to change my mind and beg her to stay. I won't give her the satisfaction. Recalling her words threatens to make me angry all over again. She wants me to abandon the demon who's been the one bright spot in my life this past year, the one person I've truly looked forward to seeing. How can she claim to care for me and then make a demand like that? I'm more hurt on the demon's behalf than for my own sake. Ella didn't even give them a chance. By the time I have the thought to go and apologize to the demon, my feet have already taken me halfway down the path through the forest. I arrive at the lake to find the demon there, just the way they were earlier. I walk up slowly, suddenly unsure of what I want to say. I give them a bashful glance, but it's difficult to look them in the eye. I end up speaking to the lake, rather than directly to the demon. I'm sorry. The demon inhales, clearly exhausted. I am too. For a moment, we just exist in silence, separately but together. The lake looks the same as ever. The night's events have left me weary, but at least I still have this. Is your relationship with the red-haired one mended? No. She said some things that hurt me a lot. I'm finding I don't really want to talk about it. I didn't come here to lament the loss of a friendship that's been causing me more stress than joy for years.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's not your fault. I think this would have happened sooner or later regardless. I'll grieve later. To be honest, I feel better.
I was under the impression she was a beloved friend of yours.
I thought so too, but it seems that was my biggest mistake. I think I'll be better off without her. The familiar lakeside and the demon's presence have calmed down my nerves in mere minutes. I can breathe again. The pale gray lake ripples softly. Ella has no place here. I should have known she wouldn't understand. It's just the demon and I'm at peace with that. Suddenly, something changes. The ground beneath my feet shifts just a little, or perhaps the entire forest does. The demon is moving. They stand up slowly, every ancient bone in their body snapping to their rightful place one by one to make the motion possible. The terrifying sound echoes through the forest. Somehow the demon doesn't seem to be in pain. Their face looks the same as ever. They must have done this before. Repairing their broken body seems to be only a matter of will to them. The little twigs and leaves that once rested on their stationary form have fallen off, and there are even feathers. The demon's cloak falls off their shoulders, revealing the torn remains of a pair of wings. Countless dark feathers flutter to the ground, twisted and lifeless. There's something viscerally familiar about the sight that makes me nearly tear up on the spot. I understand, I would say, if I could bring myself to speak. Even while standing on 2 feet, the demon still appears hunched over. They look terribly old, weighed down by millennia of pain and indifference. I feel an overwhelming desire to take their hand and steady them like one would do for a frail grandmother, but I know I am far too small to support them.
Is it time, then?
Their voice is distant. I'd never realized just how softly they speak. Time for what?
My departure.
What? I feel as if I've swallowed an icicle. They're thinking of leaving? But this is your home, isn't it?
It has been, for a time. Do not feel sad. I will find another.
Why now? The demon avoids eye contact with me. They speak once again in that calculated tone that leaves me feeling disconnected.
When a human, a temporary being, desires to grow, it is only right that my kind make room for them. I will move for you, if that is what you desire.
I didn't ask for this. They didn't have to do this for me. I never asked them for anything. But regardless, I've become a burden again. I've never said I want you to leave. As if caught off guard by my broken voice, the demon looks at me for a brief moment. They can't seem to hold eye contact, though, as they speak with a wavering tone.
You've lost something dear to you tonight. Whether you admit it or not, this occurred because of me.
So what if it did? It was my fault too. And hers.
Hello, neon orange rat. Okay, so it is just a bit. It is just a bit for you to never get the color right. It is just a bit. It is just a joke, right? Well, I too have my bit I must continue. Hello, welcome to the stream. Spooky, scary Skele Griffin and shivers down your spine. What's a joke? What do you mean, what's a joke? You never get my shade correctly. You'll never correct about my hue. You constantly get it incorrect about the shade of my fur. I, for one, find this unforgivable.
So what if it did? It was my fault too. And hers. Especially hers. My jaw clenches painfully. It's her fault the demon feels guilty.
You will surely begin forging new relationships soon enough. When you do, it is for the best that I am not in your way.
I don't want to believe their words, but they seem convinced. You really believe this is the right thing to do?
Human lives are short. They are better spent with your own kind, not with old relics such as I. Don't you agree?
Sorry, I'll try to get it correct next time. I'm sure you'll get it correct. I'm sure you know what the color mint is. I'm confident in this manner.
Is this really how it's supposed to go? It doesn't feel right, but the demon does have an infinite amount of experience in this subject. They were right to warn me about introducing Ella to them, as well. I know nothing compared to them. The demon regards me with a soft gaze.
Let us close this chapter.
Save.
I'd like you to stay. The demon doesn't say anything. They won't even look at me. But their held breath doesn't go unnoticed by me. I know they heard me.
Mint is in the plant? As in the shade, yeah.
I speak up with more confidence this time. If you want to leave for your own reasons, I won't stop you. But I want you to know I'd miss you terribly. I'd rather you stayed.
My departure would make your life easier, would it not? It is difficult to exist in two worlds simultaneously. You've expressed this sentiment yourself before.
Yes, but I don't just want an easy life. There are other things that are just as important. I just didn't know what to look for, or what I even wanted. I think I found someone worth hanging on to in you. You've become a part of my life. A part I really, really treasure. The demon gazes at the gray sky with empty eyes. Even nature itself is silent with tension. As if in slow motion, the demon collapses onto their knees. Before I know it, I've rushed to their side. You alright? They refuse to meet my eyes. This close, I can feel their cold, scentless breath all around me. The demon gathers their strength for a short moment before speaking in a sorrowful tone.
I love the art on this one. Yeah, the art in this one's really good. I'm probably going to play more by the same developer later.
I've been lying to you, human. I've presented to you an indifferent facade, but the truth is, I am afraid. For centuries I have confined myself to this small corner of the planet where I thought pain would not find me. But I've come to realize yet again that there is no escape from it. Were I to leave now, my core would still ache each time you cross my mind. You've left your mark. You would become another human in my memories whose life I made worse. Another human I made suffer. Another life I ruined.
You haven't ruined anything. I trail off as I realize the demon wasn't done speaking.
And if I stay, someday far too soon, I will lose you regardless.
I think I knew. It hurts to be an undying entity on Earth, surrounded by beings who can never stay with you for long. I knew, but I still have put them in the exact position they were trying to escape. I'm sorry. If I'd understood sooner, I wouldn't have pushed my company onto you. I'm sorry for that.
The blame is entirely mine, human.
Do you regret it? The time we've shared? The demon shakes their head subtly.
No. Every moment we've shared has made my existence a less lonely one, if only for a short time. I could never regret any of this.
If you don't regret it, then isn't it worth it?
Perhaps for me it is. However, your life is limited. By spending it with me, you will miss out on so much.
I don't want to miss out on you. I know it now. This isn't wrong. It never was. I thought it had to be wrong because that's what everyone says. But I've come to realize I was just scared. As I always am. I wish I'd seen the truth sooner. I don't know how long I'll live, but I want to make the most of it. And I think the best version of my life includes you. A mournful sound makes its way out of the demon's throat, but they cannot bring themselves to speak. My own voice shakes as well. I can't promise I'll live very long, but I can promise I'll try. I'll try my best and I'll take damn good care of myself so that we have as much time together as possible. The demon breaks into silent sobs. Air reverberates in their ribcage with every broken breath. I can only watch them as warm tears stream down my own face. There's no question, however. My heart still says this is worth it. I speak, although my voice is thick with emotion. If I promise you that, will you stay with me? A rattling breath flows through the demon's lungs as they collect themselves.
Yes, I will stay, human.
Call me Willow.
Willow. You may call me Haze.
Somehow we formed a habit of watching the sun set together every night, regardless of season or weather. You'd think the routine would get old after a while, but it turns out every sunset is different from any other. Every quiet conversation we share in those moments is likewise unique. A gentle gust of wind ruffles the demon's feathers, but they don't seem to mind. Maybe it's pleasant to be out of the forest every once in a while. It is for me. This one's nice, isn't it?
I've seen better.
That's not fair. Of course you have. Haze looks down at me with a soft but melancholy look in their eyes.
I regret you won't be able to see the full range of beauty this planet has to offer. You would enjoy those sights more than I will.
I sense the immense sadness behind their words, but I won't let them dwell on it on an evening like this. Haven't you heard? Beauty is subjective. If I say this is the most beautiful sunset ever in the history of Earth, you can't prove me wrong. Haze almost chuckles. One day I'll get to hear what their laugh sounds like.
Perhaps this is the most beautiful one, then.
It's an odd feeling, knowing Haze might be here watching these same sunsets 1,000 years after my own existence has ended. I'll likely never fully comprehend what it's like to live for an eternity. I'm just human, after all. Haze has never asked me to be anything more. I put extra effort into my smile. Haze, when I'm gone, watch the rest with someone else, alright? Haze doesn't respond. I'll miss you, their eyes say. I know, but this year a feeling has been growing inside me. It's a confident and non-apologetic feeling. There's one thing I'm sure of. One thing that keeps me from succumbing to the hopelessness I used to center my life around. There are people out there who will love you even if you don't. I don't know if Haze believes me just yet, but as the sun begins to sink below the horizon, I'm certain they will. I'll make sure of it.
I'm glad you asked me to stay.
I can only smile. There's nothing else I need to hear. We still have more sunsets left than I can count. End 3.
Oh, this is the opposite of what I usually get. Usually I get whatever the first ending was. It says there are only 3 endings on the itch page. So, story and art by Cryoslight, itch.io, Twitter, blah, boo, Twitter sucks. Background images by Joel Cross, Quentin Chanson, Dorel Tibbs, Julian Hotgasang, Tinkai Meng, Igor Meisnick, and JP Valerie on unsplash.com. Music, Eric Matias from soundimage.org. Sound effects, running sound by Rudmer Rotaville, car sound by Prometheus888. Thank you for these moments we've shared. Take care now, human. I like to read the credits at the end of my first playthrough. But now, it's time to see other options. Let's go from the end to the beginning, shall we?
If you think it's for the best. A tangible sadness hangs in the air. There are things on my mind I've been wanting to tell the demon. Things I won't be able to say after they've gone. I should make their departure as painless as possible, but...
Oh great, I have to save here too.
Before you go, I speak up against my better judgment, emboldened by the finality of this moment. I know what I'm about to say will only make saying goodbye more painful, but I must say it. I breathe in the fog's melancholy scent, willing myself not to get emotional. I just need to say the words, the last thing there is left to say. I love you. Time freezes, as if I'd said nothing at all. The demon's eyes are unreadable, more so than before. I wonder if confessing to them was callous of me, but what's done is done. Slowly they avert their gaze. When they speak, their voice is restrained by 1,000 emotions. For the demon's sake, I pray none of them are like mine.
If that is so, then I will not make this any more difficult for you.
They face that lake without looking back. I close my eyes, and the demon takes a step forward on the dry grass.
Live well, human.
I open my eyes to find them flooded with emotion. The lake ripples like always, blind to the tragedy that just occurred. I raise my head, knowing I won't see the demon beside me anymore. Even their torn feathers on the ground have vanished. The soothing sound of their voice, their unchanging, comforting presence, all gone. I'm crying, after all. For a moment, I really thought I was going to make it without crying. I almost made it. End 2.
Well, that's significantly shorter than the third one. So, what if we don't say it?
Although there are so many things I want to express while I still can, I hold them all back. Speaking would only hurt us both.
Are you confessing your love to a Skele demon deer? Hell yeah! I love Skele demon deers. He's so attractive.
The demon knows this as well. They face the lake without looking back. I close my eyes and the demon takes a step forward on the dry grass.
Farewell, human. I wish you the best.
I open my eyes to find them flooded with emotion. The lake ripples like always, blind to the tragedy that just occurred. I raise my head, knowing I won't see the demon beside me anymore. Even their torn feathers on the ground have vanished. The soothing sound of their voice, their unchanging, comforting presence, all gone. I'm crying, after all. For a moment, I really thought I was going to make it without crying. I almost made it.
N2, but a little to the left. Load. All the way back here. Hey, Ella. Yes.
I close my eyes and trust myself to Ella for the moment. She knows what to do. I feel her warm breath before her lips touch mine. Is this how it's supposed to feel? It's definitely not the perfect, magical kiss they describe in stories. But stories are just stories. No real kiss measures up to them anyway. I still don't understand what's going on, but it doesn't feel wrong. When Ella ends the kiss, it turns out I wish it had been longer. There's a moment of silent contemplation between us. I realize I barely did anything to contribute to the kiss. For Ella, it must have felt like kissing a dead body. What about the demon? Ella shakes her head as if to shush me. I'll help you get through this. You'll forget about all this weird stuff soon enough. What are you saying? Her stare is as cold as steel. Promise me you won't talk to it anymore. I think I knew it was coming, but the bold ultimatum still gives me pause. She's really making me choose. Why does it have to be so dramatic? I know why. If I hadn't shown her the demon, this wouldn't have happened. This is my own fault. If I hadn't done what I did, I could have stayed close with both Ella and the demon. But now it's too late. She won't be happy unless I leave my time with the demon behind.
Save.
Alright. I trust you. I've never really given her a chance. She's always trying to help me out, but I've kept rejecting her advice for years. Maybe I should have just listened to her from the start. I'm so glad. I still don't know how to feel. This is all happening too fast for me to understand. But at the same time, it feels as if this is how it's supposed to go.
It's not.
I've never believed in the saying love conquers all. But maybe if I give it a chance, maybe I'm finally strong enough. Maybe I've always had it in me, and I just didn't know until now. Ella lets out a relieved laugh.
Wow, after all these years, huh?
Everything is going to change. I knew it would, but not like this. It's been 3 years now. It's been 3 years and she still comes home every day wearing the same smile she's always had. Likewise, I'm the same as I've always been. Is this really what she wanted? This quiet life with me? I have nothing to offer her, and I doubt I ever will. I'm not built for this. She'll grow tired of this someday. It's just a matter of time. I hope I'm mentally prepared for that day when it comes. Sometimes when Ella's staying at her parents' house, I get on my bike and head down to the lake like I used to, even though I know the demon is not there. They've left me. I understand why. I left them first, I didn't visit them for months after I moved in with Ella. They must have thought I'd left for good. Still, I keep hoping someday they'll return to this place. Guilt gnaws at me every time I sneak off to go to the lake. I still can't be honest with Ella. All she's ever asked of me was for me to forget about the demon, but I'm not strong enough to even do that much. I keep breaking my promise to her over and over again. I call for the demon, but they do not come. I've tried apologizing. I've tried sitting in silence as we often did. I've even cried. I've tried everything. If there's any chance they'll come see me again, I'll keep doing this. Even when I'm old someday, I'll keep coming here as long as my aging body allows. I still haven't learned anything, have I? End 1.
Alright, the rest of it is just additional dialogue, I assume. Additional dialogue, additional routes to different endings.
No, I won't leave them.
What?
They've become very important to me. I'm not going to abandon them now.
Listen to yourself. Can't you see you're being manipulated?
Can you stop pretending you know anything about them? You didn't even give them a chance.
I can't.
She opens and closes her mouth before sighing in frustration.
Seeing as the rest of this is just different dialogue, I'm turning on my air conditioner so I don't die of heat stroke. This is just so crazy.
I'm crazy, she means. Even after seeing the demon with her own eyes, she still thinks I'm crazy and useless and broken. I think I'm gonna go home. Good. I responded without thinking, but I don't regret it despite Ella's hurt expression. I want her to leave. She waits a few seconds too long before getting in her car. I bet she wants me to beg her to stay. I won't give her the satisfaction. I'm never going to ask for anything anymore. I already know I'm going to stay angry for a long while, but I've got to calm down. I take deep breaths, trying to focus on the comforting scent of the forest. It's over for tonight. I'll send Ella a text tomorrow or something. Or maybe I won't. Why should I? She was saying really weird things, and I don't even know what that kiss was about. I don't want to know. Why now? I don't want to think about what happened, but I do anyway. My mind replays the events over and over. First a kiss, and then she tells me to give up the one thing that makes me happy? How can she claim to care for me, and then make a demand like that? I'm more hurt on the demon's behalf than for my own sake. Ella didn't even give them a chance. By the time I have the thought, okay, we've seen this before, So, let's see, we've seen that, we've seen the yes and no, I think. Main menu, swap, load. What are the other options here? What do these lead to you saying? I need her. It hurts to admit it, but I think it's true. Oh, I accidentally pressed a button. We love when I accidentally press buttons. I need her. It hurts to admit it, but I think it's true. Before I can stop it from happening, tears are streaming down my face. I don't know what to do with all this. With myself. I know my life isn't what it's supposed to be, but I don't know how to fix it. Ella, she's always been here for me. I don't know where I would be without her. She's gotten me through so much before.
To be fair, you are in love with a demon deer. I am in love with a demon deer.
I wiped my tears quickly, hoping the demon didn't have time to see them.
She might be right. No, that's insanity talking. Everybody knows if you have the chance to befriend a demon deer, you befriend the demon deer. That's just showbiz, baby. Why did I say that? That makes no sense.
This is gonna be a lot, but I think she can help me. She can help me make sense of this. I don't know if I truly believe what I'm saying, but I don't see another path.
It is good that you have such a beloved friend.
Although the night is still young, a wave of drowsiness was so...
Yeah, we've seen it all. We have seen the entire game. Befriend, not make love. Who knows? Shrug. Who knows? Who cares? Well, this has been the life we've chosen. It's certainly a life, and we've certainly chosen it. I've enjoyed this game. I hope you have as well. Please, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. It helps me out a lot. And it gives me a little bit of an ego boost, but that's beside the point. I'm gonna be streaming every day until I reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So, every little bit helps, so that way I don't have to keep subjecting myself to all the torture, because eventually it's just gonna get to mindless Minecraft. But, as we still have visual novels to play, this is what we will be doing. It's been a pleasure with you all. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So fare thee well, my rats and rodents. Goodbye.